back in the league. Oh, what a catch by Jay Nathaniel. That touchdown, Hurricanes!
Junior take a shot deep. Open target. Her third from left to right. Sets off. Oh,
Down!
watch him. He's going to step. He's going to go for the. It fell from the sky into Aaron Ike's hand.
Welcome to season 16 as we kick off here from Mercedes-Benz Stadium here in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm Mike Peters. In the booth with me tonight to get your season 16 started is David Ware. We got Michigan and Florida State kicking us off here from Atlanta. David, how do you see this one playing out?
It is going to be a blast. Welcome, CFSL, to season 16. Like Mike says, get ready for two great teams who really know each other really well thanks to the personnel. It's going to be a fun game and great way to start the season, Mike.
I'm excited for it. We've got a student versus teacher matchup here as Ike goes against his mentor in Grin. And Florida State's going to start with the ball. They get sacked on the first play. Ravenhill going down. Lacey White, one of my picks for Defensive Player of the Year, gets in there for a sack.
Absolutely. Lacey White said, welcome to Florida State with a huge hit right away. Tell you what, Ravenhill's going to be in trouble if his offensive line can't protect him. He didn't even have time to get his feet set there, Mike.
Lacey, the former Florida State product, now at Michigan, sacking the new quarterback from Florida State. They hand it off here. Nowhere to go by De La Roca. And he only picks up one as Froston gifts the sub. 3rd and 13 upcoming for Florida State.
A very aggressive defense so far for Michigan. Well, I said in the beginning, I think I could be ready for him.
Ravenhill back to pass here. Going to throw that one over the middle. Got it completed. A first down out to Pablo Thompson. Pick it up 14. Want to give a shout out to everybody donating in chat. Jason Jacks, Gates, Wookie, Rapid Raccoon, Frank, and everybody else that's contributed early on. We appreciate you guys supporting the channel, supporting the league. 1st and 10, play fake, little dump off into the flat. And that one goes to Dudney, and he gets dropped for a loss of 1.
Yeah, a great defense there. One thing about Ravenhill, we saw in the previous play, when he has time to set his feet and go through his reads, he is a dangerous quarterback. Michigan has got to keep him on his toes and quick plays like that, and they're going to have a lot more success. Otherwise, Ravenhill's going to light up the stat sheet.
Ryan Ravenhill in his 3rd season after spending 2 at Alabama. This pass over the middle, breaking a tackle and getting the first down. Blake Elder, another Alabama transfer with the first down.
Yeah, and we're seeing him at wide receiver this season. He's moved from halfback to wide receiver. He's a very fast athlete. I think he's going to do really well. We saw in the passing game in Alabama last year. He's going to be a big weapon for Ravenhill.
1st and 10, ball right at midfield. Ravenhill dropping back, scanning the field, getting pressure, going to throw it to the left. Wide open receiver, caught inside the 40. That's Elder again, picking up 14.
You've got to imagine it right now. Elder's kind of the safety blanket for Ravenhill. He's someone he's familiar with. They came together from Alabama. I expect Elder to be a big-time player in this offense, and we're seeing that early on.
Aaron Knight gifting subs to the community. We appreciate that. Pass to the right. That one is caught, cutting inside, getting inside the 30. That's CB Toro picking up 7.
Toro with the great cut. He looked dead to rights on the outside. He cut in and got a few more yards out of it. Great job there. Great way to read the field.
And you guys are not, don't adjust your screen. Florida State is technically the home team in this game. Michigan is technically the road team, but they decided to flip the colors. So what do we know? Picking home and road. They flipped it anyway. Florida State now inside the Michigan 30-yard line. Empty backfield. Ravenhill going to throw it to the left, and that one is caught going out of bounds. Toro picking up 5 and a first down.
It looks like Ravenhill settling down first couple plays. He's on his toes. Great job making his reads right now.
Got the first prediction of the season up. Go ahead and wager your channel points as that handoff up the middle. Look at De La Roca powering hard to a 6-yard game. First prediction of the year. Who wins this game? Michigan, Florida State. Put all your points into the middle and see who comes out on top. Ball to the 17-yard line under center. Ravenhill back, rolls to the right, throws it out into the flat. Junie Winter is going to get brought down quickly for a loss of 1.
Great job by Winter. Was able to stay with the guy, got a quick read on what was going to happen. I think he saw Ravenhill's eyes all the way and just made the good play.
So we're going to be up to a 3rd and 4 now. Ball just short of the 18-yard line. Can they convert the 3rd down here to keep this drive alive? Shotgun formation. Ravenhill looking over the middle. Got time now. He's getting pressured from behind. Goes over the middle. That one's picked off by Michigan and brought out across the 15-yard line by KJ Dosunmu.
Wow, big time play. Florida State rolling downfield. Lots of momentum. Ravenhill looked comfortable. And there, look, the defense stepped up, got the turnover. Great job. What a way to celebrate over 100 viewers in the stream, as pointed out in chat.
All right, over 100 viewers. That's what I like to see. Get the season started right. 2nd career interception for Dosunmu, and Michigan is on to the attack. Sam Dobbins, his first pass of his career. That one's going over the middle, and Jamar Carr picking up 12 on his first catch in the CFSL.
Well, Mike, if you're going to do broadcasting in the CFSL, get ready to say Dobbins to Carr for the next couple seasons.
I have imagined that is going to be something we are going to be seeing quite a bit of. 1st and 10 here, pistol formation. Dobbins rolling to his left, fires to the left. That one is caught, and Casey Eichenberg is going to pick up 4.
Someone other than Carr, kind of shocked he went. I figured it'd be a heavy dose of Carr right away, but there's Dobbins making some moves with his speed. Awkward throw, but hey, he got some positive yards.
We're 24 followers short of 3,000, so even if you guys haven't followed, please do so. Danny Begley getting the catch, and he'll pick up 7 to move the chains for the Wolverines.
Pretty impressive so far the way Dobbins has come out. It's been a real fast-paced offense. He's not stepping back and deep in the drop, but hey, he's making some great reads.
1st and 10 now, deep drop, going to fire that one into the flat, playing it safe so far. That one going out to Begley. He'll pick up 5 before he's rode out of bounds.
Yeah, 2nd down and 5. Right now, Michigan, everything has been effective. 4 for 4 in your first 4 passing yards. Completions.
Over 250,000 channel points wagered so far as Carr going to get his 2nd catch. That one going for 8 and a 1st down. You got 2 minutes left to get your channel points wagered. You can cash those channel points in for a custom archetype, which is the grand prize. If you save up enough, you can also get CFSL hats and T-shirts, along with Ask a Broadcaster and a few other little fun things. There's Javion Tate with a diving catch, picking up 20 inside the 30 of Florida State.
Yeah, nice play. 6 of 6 for Dobbins, 57 yards already. You're talking about the CFSL merch, the hat I wore in the podcast. I got my cashing in my channel points.
I'm glad you were wearing that, showing everybody some of the swag. If you guys missed the podcast, it is archived on the Twitch chat, so you guys can always go back and look at that if you want to see our predictions for top 3 teams from each conference, as long as the top player of the year candidates and the always controversial top 20, the first of the year by the selection committee. That pass out of bounds, first incompletion for Dobbins in his career.
Yeah, well, I mean, hey, great start. He's almost in the red zone already, marching this offense downfield. I
formation now for Michigan. Tight end coming in motion, going left to right. They're going to hand that one off. Beardsley got some room on the outside, cutting inside, breaks the tackle. Still on his feet down near the 10. 15-yard pickup for Barry Beardsley.
Yeah, wow, that was a nice run. Longest run of the night we've seen for any running back so far. Dragged a few defenders with him. That's a grown man run right there.
107 viewers in chat. We appreciate you guys all tuning in on this Monday evening on January 2nd, 2023. Play fake, Dobbins fired for the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan!
And just like that, Mike, the first touchdown pass of the season 16 in the CFSL. Freshman Sam Dobbins, great job. Corner of the end zone. Could have not thrown it any better.
And the PAT is good. And Michigan scoring drive, 10 plays, 86 yards all the way down the field. I was going to start the stream with who scores first. And then, but by the time I was going to put it up, Florida State was already inside the 30. And I was like, well, this is kind of obvious. I should have put it up because a lot of people would have lost a lot of channel points on that one. And now we'll see what Florida State. Apollo Richardson wearing number 4. I don't know if Carr signed off on that, but Florida State coming out for their second drive of the game.
Yeah, you don't see a whole lot of loyalty with numbers in the CFSL, let's be honest.
Yeah, I mean, we've had some teams try to retire numbers, but then if they leave, then it never gets upheld. Yeah, it's kind of a weird thing we got going on there. 1st and 10 here from the 25, and they're going to fire it over the middle, little corner route. That one is caught. Junie Winter playing tight end this year, picks up 19 and a first down.
Well, we got a question. It was asked channel points, Mike. I don't know if you saw it or not.
I did not. Let me scroll back through and see if I can find it. Well, I don't see it. Where was it asked?
Jax. I saw someone posted he had asked the question.
I completely missed it. This pass going to the right. That one is caught. James Newton picking up 9. How hyped am I for the season? Well, if you can't hear it in my voice, Jason Jax, I don't know what to tell you. We're all excited. It's 16 seasons. We're heading into our 5th year of doing CFSL. Crazy to think about. Handoff here, cutting back inside. De La Roca got the first down, although he tried not to get it, but he will pick up the first down, and the Florida State drive continues.
You know, De La Roca seems to be a phenomenal back, but I got to say, the way you pronounce his last name, you roll that R, gives it a little bit more flavor, man.
I grew up in Texas, man. I picked up a thing or two. Under center here, single back formation. Ravenhill dropping back to pass, moving around, get pressure, got to throw that one away. That one is going to fall incomplete. 9 of 11 to start the game for Ravenhill.
Yeah, both these quarterbacks, I think Dobbins had 1 incompletion. Ravenhill's only got 2. I'm shocked it's such a pass-heavy game so far. We haven't seen more running.
Kind of been the story of this league over the last few years as Ravenhill get pressured again, got to throw that one away. He had Pablo Thompson in the vicinity, and quickly a 3rd and 10 upcoming. The first that I can remember, first long 3rd down like this for either team. So we'll see what they can do. Ball spotted at the 44-yard line. Shotgun for Ravenhill. He'll drop back. Looks like they're running 4 verts. They're going for it on the outside. Wide open receiver. Touchdown, Seminoles.
And that's Blake Elder, a guy he's very familiar with. Michigan messed up and gave him time to go through his reads. He found Elder downfield. Elder's got the speed. You're not stopping him when he gets in his 2nd gear. And wow, great touchdown, Elder. Congratulations. Sat on the bench a lot of last year. He's a starter this year for Florida State. Hats off to you, my friend. Hats off.
Charlie Pickett kind of got caught in no man's land there. Had 2 deep routes running. Couldn't decide which one to go to. DeSumo a little late getting over and coverage, and Ravenhill doing a great job of finding his receiver. And we got a tie ball game with 3:14 to go here in the first quarter. Now Michigan's going to go back on the tack. They had the pick on the first drive for Florida State. They moved it down the field, got 7 points. We'll see what they can do starting from the kickoff. This return taken straight up the middle, and that one returned by 30 yards by Charlie Pickett. Now we'll see what Sam Dobbins can do on the 2nd drive of his career.
And Pickett lowered that shoulder, laid the hit when he was getting hit himself. That was a pretty aggressive return right there.
Gates with the 200-bit cheer. We appreciate you. Dobbins, the lefty, fires it into the flat. And breaking tackle, still fighting for yards out there. Tyler Scally picking up 19.
You know, the way these Michigan players are playing right now, you know they got to do the Oklahoma drill at practice. I mean, there's no doubt about it.
I would imagine they're beating up on each other quite a bit, yes. Read option coming up here. We're going to see Dobbins use his legs, trying to go to the outside. Oh, he's got a little stiff arm. And then he's brought down from behind by Maverick Rivers. But Dobbins picking up 13.
Well, I'm going to have to correct your verbiage. You said a little stiff arm. That was not a little stiff arm, Mike. That was a massive stiff arm.
I was trying not to give it too much credence because maybe we'll see more throughout the game. I wanted to leave a little bit still in the bag. Now he's going to take off and run again. Worked out so well for him last time. This time slides under the tackle of Rivers and picks up 7.
So he took after Tebow and sliding like baseball and throwing and running.
Well, sliding's always a little hit or miss in this league. I don't know that guys have really decided when they want to slide, but yes, he uses it well. They're going to hand it off. Beardsley, he's showing some moves on the outside as he's going to pick up 11 in Michigan inside the Florida State 30.
Yeah, and right now, Michigan, they're starting to balance out the run and the pass, and I think that's what's going to make them extremely dangerous with this Virginia Tech offense.
Bunch of offense to the right. Now they're going to move the tight end in motion to the left. Dobbins back to pass once again. Going to check that one down underneath. Begley coming up with a short gain. Only going to be 2 yards there, and I'll set up a 2nd and 8.
But it's still impressive. I know it's 2 yards, Mike, but to be able to make that read, pressure was coming. He was about to take a sack. He gets rid of the ball and goes 2 yards positive.
Pistol formation now, and they're going to go read option. Dobbins got some room on the outside, got one man to beat, inside the 10, pushed out at the 6, a pickup of 17 for the Michigan quarterback.
And he's shown early on exactly why you picked him to be one of the freshmen to watch out for. Great game so far from him, great management, making plays with his arms, with his legs, huge so far.
First and goal from the 7, under center, bunch formation to the left. Dobbins making an adjustment, brings the tight end in motion. He'll drop back, looks over the middle, getting pressure, trying to escape, breaks one tackle, breaks 2, touchdown, Michigan!
Wow, what a way to get out of the pocket. Pressure coming, nowhere to go it looked like, but Dobbins said, no, watch this. Got the touchdown. I saw on Twitch chat someone said Thor Savage can never do it. He's about as big as Thor Savage, I feel like. A lot more athletic, though.
I don't think he's anywhere close to as big as Thor Savage, but point taken, 115 people in chat right now. Aaron Ike, 14R Davis, Chris Eichenberg, C. Clark, Aircar, Squiddy, Clarence, Drake, Old School G, DJ Blackman, Grim Reaper, Squiddy, Norman Bates, Grin, Jason Jacks, Lacey White, Wookie, Dobbins, Harry, Haydini, Blue Kush, Scally, all you guys tuning in on this Monday evening. We appreciate you guys. We got a 14-7 ball game with Michigan in the lead, 1:16 to play in the first quarter. Been a wild one so far, Ware.
It has. It's been fun to watch. I love the confidence that we're seeing with both these quarterbacks. It's a new offense, but you would never tell the way they're playing right now.
No, I knew everything, and pretty much just rolling along like you expect from Michigan. And another thing you expect from Michigan, turnovers, and they get another one there. I believe that was Brian Mount that comes over to pick that one off. I'll have to double check that number. It was Mount coming up with the pick and another turnover for this Michigan D.
A great job by Mount there. He was able to jump in front of the receiver. I mean, that's great coverage. That's exactly what you want your defensive back doing. Get the ball now. And Michigan has an opportunity to really separate themselves.
Mount 2 picks last season. That's the 5th of his career. Dobbins back on the attack. Another stiff arm. Throws off Rivers and then pushes him forward for the first down.
You know, we could see why Dobbins can play fullback. Someone even mentioned he looked like a fullback. I believe it was 14R Davis. This guy is just tough to take down.
He's only 6'3", 235, though. He compared to some of the players now, I don't know. I think he's playing pretty good as a quarterback. Let's not try to change positions yet. Jamar Carr on the sideline, picking up 14 and then stepping out of bounds.
And Carr with a great catch, great awareness, being on the sidelines, keeping his feet in, and 10 of 11 passing for Dobbins already. That's pretty impressive.
60% of the channel points went on Florida State to win this one. 183,000 right now. Excuse me, right now all of those guys are feeling a little nervous. Dobbins back to pass, rolling around, firing that one to the left. That one is caught. Xander Martell with the catch, takes a big hit, but holds on.
Yeah, I didn't know if Martell was going to be able to hold on to that one. He took a hit early, but he held on, got his quarterback 8 more yards.
Pistol formation now on 2nd and 2. They're going to hand it off to Beardsley right up the middle. He's got a first down out to the 15. And inside the red zone goes the Wolverines.
Yeah, right now this Michigan offense is just firing on all cylinders, Mike. Running, passing. I mean, everything is working for Dobbins in this offense.
Dobbins back to pass, 3-step drop. Now he's going to take off, try to run, but he can't escape the waiting arms of the defender. That's J.C. Newton, the sophomore linebacker, coming up with the tackle for loss.
Yeah, one of the first negative plays. I think, of course, the first two was, or actually, now I think it's his first negative play of the game, if I'm not mistaken, Mike.
I believe you're correct. That's the end of the first quarter, 14-7 Wolverines. You guys don't go anywhere. You're watching the CFSL on PX1 Sports on Twitch. Start of the second quarter. Let's go, let's go. You heard somebody on the field saying, let's go. Both of these teams. How's this one going to end up? 3 quarters to find out. This play going to end up out of bounds. Is Scally going to pick up 1? That's going to set up a 3rd and 11 here for the Wolverines.
And this is going to be a good test for a freshman quarterback. You know, you want to get a touchdown. You're in the red zone. You want to execute. Is he going to focus on a first down or a touchdown right now?
Dobbins halfback screen now, going to dump it off to Beardsley. Cuts inside, got some blockings downfield. Tries to get a stiff arm. He'll pick up 6, gets halfway to the marker. Now an interesting decision here on 4th and 6.
Absolutely it is. And they're going to go safe with the field goal. But 13 of 14 that the screen just showed for Dobbins so far, that has got to be one of the best starts freshman quarterbacks ever had.
We've had a lot of freshman quarterbacks doing great things, but Dobbins among the best performances ever on an opening night of your freshman campaign, as he's got the underdog Wolverines 8.5-point dogs in this game. They're up by 10 here early on in the second quarter. Return here by Florida State, gets out to the 22 by Apollo Richardson, and that's where Florida State is going to start their 4th drive of the game.
You know, one thing, if you're a Michigan fan or the defense for Michigan, do not let up and let Raven Hill get comfortable again, because he will burn you.
Well, not getting comfortable there is bursting through and creating another sack is Lacey White, her 2nd of the first half already.
Yeah, I mean, 2 sacks in first half, you know, first game of the season. That is definitely a great start. Great way to set the tempo for your defensive line.
Lacey White, 23 sacks and 38 tackles for a loss a season ago with Florida State. Got to keep an eye on her all season. This pass goes to the left. Pablo Thompson is going to pick up 8, and that's going to set up a 3rd and 4.
Yeah, and I like what Wookie said. You know, just White is just so difficult to deal with and so good, ridiculously good. Absolutely great analogy.
3rd and 4. Florida State 2 for 3 on 3rd down so far. Can they convert this one? They got to try to eat into that 10-point lead. Pressure coming, and no, they won't. Raven Hill sacked again, and this time Titus Law coming off the edge for his first sack, and Florida State's going to need to punt.
Yeah, and the offensive line did all they could, but Titus Law wasn't having it. Great job, got around the edge, never gave up, put Raven Hill down on his back. And this is going to be the first punt of the game.
Yeah, we've had a couple of picks, no punts. Titus Law, overweight growing up, got himself in shape, turned to football, and he's making an impact in his first game in the CFSL. Flag on that return as it got out across midfield. But that one is going to be a clipping call, and that one's going to go the other way.
Yeah, those are the plays you got to watch for. You don't want to do that. You shoot yourself in the foot with that.
Still first down.
119 viewers in chat, still stuck on 2,976 followers, only 24 followers away from that magical 3,000 followers mark. So if you guys have not followed the channel yet, please be sure to do so. Make sure you get those notifications when we go live. Diving catch attempt there, but not able to be hauled in on 1st down.
There for a second, it almost looked like it was picked off the way it was deflected, Mike. I kind of got a little bit confused what happened there.
Grady, thanks for the follow. We appreciate it. 2nd and 10. Pressure coming, just getting rid of it to Beardsley. It was a blitz, so there's all kinds of room to run. And finally brought down on the outside, but a big run by Beardsley and a 1st down.
Yeah, what a play. You know, when things are going your way, they really go your way. That's a play. Pressure came down hard on Dobbins. Looked like there was going to fix to be a short play, possibly a negative play. But instead, he gets the ball out to Beardsley. Beardsley gets downfield. And a huge pickup. Look at 13 first downs already for this Michigan offense.
Some teams don't get 13 first downs in a game. They've got it already here early in the second quarter. Dobbins going to pass. Oh, and he threw it a little bit too early, looking for Begley out of the backfield, but that one falls incomplete. It's going to be 2nd and 10.
I guess we can't give him too hard of a time with only 3 incomplete passes.
Well, you know, you don't want to be too tough on him. Pitch to the outside. Beardsley got some room, but now it closes quickly. The speed of that Florida State defense showing Maverick Rivers and company over there to make the stop, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
And one thing I found interesting with these two, we're talking about the teacher and the student. I think there's only like 5 or 6 teams that picked the 4-3 defense, and both these teams did. So I thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, teams have gone away from the traditional defense a little bit, opting for the hybrids. And opting for a hybrid, that's Jamar Carr out there. He's playing wide receiver. I bet he could play other things too. He comes up with the 1st down there, pick up a 17.
I mean, over under in an 8-game season, how many times he doesn't get 100 yards? I wouldn't go over 1 or 2. this guy is going to be a big-time weapon for Dobbins, the Michigan Wolverines.
Yeah, I would think at least six games, right? He's going to get over 100 games. That would have been an interesting prop bet. Scott Reichel coming up with the tackle for loss there. Short loss, one of the few tackles for loss the Florida State defense has been able to muster here in the first half, but they get it there. They push it back to the 16. They're still inside the red zone. So really at this point, you're just trying to hold for a field goal, try to keep this from being a three-score game. Dobbins going to throw this one to the right, finds Begley, turns upfield, got a block! Touchdown, Michigan!
Well, Begley, he had a fight for it, and that he did, Mike. About the 3-yard line, he was met by the defense, but he pushed him into the end zone. Another touchdown for Dobbins. I mean, this is absolutely great.
Michigan clicking on all cylinders as they're about to go up 17. And again, 8.5-point underdogs in this game. They're about to go up 17 here. We're not even midway through the second quarter. David, you've been around this league. You've been in AD. You've been around for, we talked about 9 seasons now on the podcast. When you're in this situation as a team, you're expected to win the game. You're facing somebody who comes off of your coaching tree, and you're down in a game like this. How do you adapt? What do you tell your team, and what do you got to do to make things, to change things going forward, I guess?
I mean, it's always about having something in your back pocket, something that, be willing to try something that you haven't done, but you can't jump to that too early. Tom and these Florida State Seminoles have to do what they know how to do. They've practiced all offseason. Let Ravenhill play ball. They'll be fine.
Ravenhill thin hit as he thrown, and that one's picked off the third time tonight. Dosunmu, his second, bringing it across midfield, and boy, oh boy, is the tide firmly in the direction of the Michigan Wolverines.
Well, when I say Ravenhill play ball, I mean throw touchdowns, not interceptions. Right now, he's struggling. But he's been under pressure almost all night long. Michigan's defense done a great job keeping him on his toes. You can't overlook things, though. If you're Ryan Ravenhill, come back out, just relax. That's all you got to do.
5th game in the career of Ryan Ravenhill where he's thrown at least 3 interceptions. These all coming in the first half. They go to Begley. There does Michigan, and they pick up 7.
Unfortunately, I've seen every single one of those games, Mike.
Well, 5 out of 20 games, 25% of the games you throw 3 interceptions. I don't know. You might want to got to switch that around a little bit. 11 interceptions last year, so not turnover prone, but more than one a game. Dobbins goes to Begley there to pick up the first down.
Well, we got someone mentioning the fantasy, Michigan defense and fantasy. Hey, they've got a lot of points on that defense right now.
That is interesting, and I'm not. I don't spend a lot on fantasies. As that one is almost picked off. Andrew Douglas getting his hands on it, but not able to bring that one home. Boy, that could have been big for that Florida State defense.
Yeah, they definitely need to try to get the ball back. At least try to get a stop here.
2nd and 10. Dobbins going to take off and run. He's got a first down, still on his feet, powering forward, picking up 17. And boy, what a debut from Sam Dobbins. He got 7 carries for 69 yards.
Did you see him fake slide? He acted like he was fixing a slide. He kind of hesitates a little bit. Defense gets thrown off, and then he just keeps going.
Well, you got to play within the rules, and as long as they're not going to say, hey, you look like you're going to slide, we're going to cut you down, and you just keep rolling with it. He's got a 1st and 10 here from just inside the 20. Big Tink with the resub. We appreciate you. Play fake. Going to throw that one out to the left. Not a lot of room to work there for Javion Tate, and that's going to go as no gain.
Yeah, I mean, right now, Florida State, if they can even just try to force a field goal, they got to take that as a victory the way Michigan broke.
Dobbins from the shotgun, scanning the field, got all kinds of time. He's going to throw that to the right, goes to Tate again. This time he'll pick up 5 before he steps out of bounds, and it's going to be a medium-length 3rd and 5 here for the Wolverines.
I loved his patience, though. He could have took off and ran, but he didn't and got 5 yards.
3 receivers to the short side of the screen up there. We'll see how they use them. Dobbins going to go to a little curl route underneath. That's a first down. He gets inside the 5. That's Sander Martell. 1st and goal for Michigan.
Wow. I mean, this offense, everything that Ike has asked of Dobbins, he has done. 200 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. I mean, it has been phenomenal to watch.
I formation now. They're going to hand it off to Beardsley. Breaks 1 tackle and then gets dropped at the 1.5. And it's going to be 2nd and goal.
Yeah, and the team's already got 100 rushing yards, 200 passing yards, and we're in the first half. That's a pretty balanced offense. It's hard to stop when it's firing like that.
Well, Dobbins has been so active running the ball and throwing the ball. It doesn't seem like they've ran the ball that often, but like you said, they kind of have been pretty balanced. Dobbins, quick drop here. Great coverage by Florida State. Going to throw that one away as Jonesy resubs.
Yeah, I don't know if the freshman thought he could throw a field goal or not, but nonetheless, 3rd and goal for Michigan, right on the goal line.
Spread formation, Beardsley offset to the right. They're going to go with an option. They pitch it to Beardsley, and this Florida State defense having none of that. They're going to drop him for a 3-yard loss. That's Chris Bryant getting in there for his 5th tackle, and it's going to be 4th and goal, and I suspect we're going to see another field goal here for Michigan.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. There's no sense in not doing it, but, hey, Florida State's got to be happy. They stopped a touchdown. While they lose 3 points here, it's only 3 points. Brian Ravenhill has to come back out. I think Florida State needs to work on getting more balance. It's been a pass-heavy offense for Florida State. They need to open the field up, let Ravenhill have a little bit of time back there.
Well, as it stands right now, one way or another, this game is going to go down as a statement game because either A, Michigan's going to go on to win this game and create a statement over Florida State, and Ike with a statement over his former protege, or Florida State's going to come back and win this game and make a statement that they're not out of it any game. So either way, there's going to be a statement made in this game. How it turns out, we don't know. Again, 60% of the people who wager their channel points think Florida State was going to win.
Well, we also are in a hype train right now. So 69% hype train, level 1. Let's keep that going, you guys. But yeah, great commentary there because this game could still go either way. Do not count Tom and Florida State out of this game.
20 points is not an overcomeable, I don't know if that's the right word there, obstacle as that one completed to Chase Legend Jr. getting his first catch, that one going for 13. 17 kind of feels like the pivot point. I feel like we've seen quite a few 17-point and less comebacks. Over 17, they're far less, but 20 we've seen a few times. Could definitely happen, especially for a team like Florida State. We'll see how this one turns out there. Ike cheering 100 bits. We appreciate that. That pass goes to the left. Caught by Pablo Thompson, stopped just short of the marker. Going to be 2nd and inches.
Yeah, great route right there for Thompson. Got a quick pass for Ravenhill. And Ravenhill, if you take those 3 interceptions out of the way, it hasn't been that bad of a game. He just has to watch what he's doing.
A quick pass out to the left. That one's going to Junie Winner, and he's got the first down, picking up 11 as they are out across the 40.
I like what they're doing. They're playing small ball right now. And what's going to eventually happen is just like Elder did with the first touchdown, keep playing small ball, and Elder will be downfield for a touchdown.
I guess they got stopped just short of the 40, officially at the 42, not quite towards the 41. Going to hand this one off to De La Roca. I haven't called his name recently. He's only able to pick up 1. He's got 4 carries for 11 yards. Going to be 2nd and 9.
Yeah, and that's one of the few runs for Florida State. I think they've only had about 4 or 5 rushes tonight. They need some more of it for sure.
Play fake here. Ravenhill getting pressured off the outside. Gets a nice block out there. Allows him to get that pass off. That one is caught. Turning upfield. Still on his feet. Look at the moves. Inside the 10. Taking it to the house. Touchdown. Seminoles.
Somebody clip that. That is a top play highlight candidate. No questions asked. Not only was that a short pass, was it 4 or 5 guys made contact with them, and he still got the touchdown?
I think that is one of the greatest plays in CFSL history.
6 Michigan Wolverines had their hands on him, Mike. 6.
Not even close. I mean, yeah, that is by far one of the greatest plays in CFSL history. One of the greatest individual efforts in CFSL history. Gets Florida State on the board here late in the first half. It cuts this lead to 13.
And it's a very manageable game all of a sudden. This is exactly what Florida State needed. Hey, look, they're the home team. They're getting their fans involved now.
Well, you got to keep Florida State fans involved because they will be raucous, and I think that one is going to help. Hype Train's got 1.5 minutes left. If you guys want to contribute to that, it's our second one of the evening. We got to level 2 during the podcast. We're at level 1 now. I remember we got up to level 6 or 7 during the All-Star game. So if you guys are so inclined to support the channel in that way, we appreciate you. Hand off here to Beardsley up the middle, and he's going to pick up 9 as Michigan takes their first time out.
Beardsley is a perfect complement to Dobbins. in that run game to keep that offense open.
Dobbins dropping back to pass here, getting pressured down. He goes, he loses the ball. Michigan comes up with it, but they're going to lose 7, and it's going to be 3rd and 8.
Well, this game was almost a lot different. Imagine if Florida State could have picked that one up, but nonetheless, great defense by Florida State, putting the pressure and the hits on Dobbins. Hey, when you got a freshman quarterback and you're hitting him like that, he fumbles the ball, that can get in his head and start rattling the cage a little bit.
Scott Richley coming up with the sack. Going to be 3rd and 8 as we just completed the hype train. We appreciate you. Froston giving out 5 subs. Pass to the right, wide open, caught inside the 30. Jamar Carr.
And there he is, 90 yards receiving, Mike. We're in the first half still. Got 1 minute and 35 seconds left. I mean, this guy is just going to be a freak. Like, you've got some athletes that come into the CFSL and you just know. And this is that guy. He's a generational talent.
Yeah, I expect, like we've talked about already in this first half, lots of big plays from him. We can just feel it. Not going to be a big play here. Dobbins going down as this Florida State defensive line is starting to get going. Philip Morris getting in there with the sack.
Yeah, they're getting hungry. That defensive line getting through finally. A couple plays on this drive, but what happens is Michigan always responds. What Florida State needs to do is force a punt.
A punt would be huge here. They're right on the edge of that field goal range. 2nd and 12. Dobbins back to pass, throwing it to the right. That one's caught by Carr. He's got a first down inside the 20. 21-yard pickup down to the 11 for Michigan, and they just keep on rolling. Can this Florida State defense stop them? That's the question they got to answer. Dobbins back to pass. He's going to take off and run. Makes a guy miss, and he's in for his 2nd rushing touchdown. Touchdown, Wolverines!
Mike, that is another play that needs to be clipped. Again, the defense was in the backfield, had Dobbins dead to right. He spins around, runs around a couple guys, got a rushing touchdown. His 2nd of the night, like you mentioned. I mean, just the athleticism it takes to make those kind of plays. Wow, I'm impressed.
I like you pointing out when I got to clip them, just in case I forget. I agreed with you. That should be clipped, and we did. Decent return here by Apollo Richardson out across the 30, but it's a 20-point lead here for Michigan. And where did you think we were going to be in this spot?
I thought it would be this offense would be on both sides. I wasn't really expecting either defense to have the upper hand.
Oh, what a play there. Lacey White again, her 3rd sack of the game. They don't even have time to snap the ball, and she's back there creating havoc.
Yeah, and they should have known Lacey White was coming. You know, Lacey White transferring from Florida State, lots of time in practice with, Lacey White previously. Lacey White's having fun in the homecoming.
Empty backfield here on 2nd and 12. Hard count there by Ravenhill, trying to pick up some free yards. Nothing biting there. Actually, looks like he might be looking to run down some time on the clock, as Florida State seems to maybe be waving the white flag here in the first half, happy to go in to the locker room and try to make some adjustments to see if they can slow down Lacey White, Sam Dobbins, and the rest of this Michigan team. Here comes the snap, 14 seconds on the play clock, 2nd and 12. They go to the left in traffic, but that one's caught by Legend. They get a first down and they take a timeout.
A very interesting strategy to let all that time tick off and then they call a timeout. Very curious what is going through Ravenhill's mind right now.
Well, I think they were just expecting if they don't get the first down, they don't want to leave Michigan any time. Now they do have the first down, and they try to go for a pass over the middle, but that one falls incomplete. Still 7 seconds to play.
Well, Mike, if I'm Ravenhill right now, I'm telling Elder, get open downfield. And look, we've seen some big plays going into halftime. Elder, Ravenhill could happen here.
Ravenhill stepping up, throwing it to the left in the traffic, and that one's picked off for the 4th time in the first half, coming back to Michigan way. And that's Damon Ike with his first pick to end the first half. Boy, what a performance here for Michigan. Wow.
What a first half. Did not expect to see 4 interceptions by the Michigan defense in the first half, but they have came out and Ike had a special motivation in this game. Look, you want to prove a point, the best way to do it is against the guy who taught you. So this is absolutely a blast to watch. I hate to see Ravenhill throwing 4 interceptions, personally, but I'm very impressed. I think Michigan is making a statement, and anyone who might have underestimated them or had them on the bubble, they're trying to show that, hey, look, maybe you need to put a little bit more thought in this.
Well, we head into the halftime show in the first half. What did you think about that first half overall there, David?
I thought it was great. I'm really impressed with what we're seeing out of Dobbins in Michigan. And the defense for Michigan, to me, is the biggest thing that's really impressed me. Florida State, they've shown some flashes. They've shown us what they could do, but they just haven't found the consistency yet.
Look at the first half stats there, -5 rushing yards for Florida State. The biggest thing that stands out outside of the obvious 4 turnovers. Hard to win a game when you turn the ball over 4 times, and Michigan's defense has been opportunistic, finding passes from Ryan Ravenhill and taking them back the other way. It's a big part of this 20-point lead that they have accumulated here. That's going to do it for the halftime show. We're going to head it back out to the Mercedes-Benz Stadium here in Atlanta for the kickoff. The Chick-fil-A Kickoff Classic. Michigan already up by 20. Going to start with the ball.
Yeah, and all they can do now is just come out and make more of a statement. This is going to be very interesting. Look, Tom is a seasoned athletic director. He's going to make his adjustments. Ike, is he going to be consistent, or is he going to be just happy that they're in the lead, or is he going to keep pushing the gas pedal?
Well, that's a good point, an interesting conversation. Ginger Matt says in chat he's going to go ahead and head to bed. Well, we've seen those famous last words many times when a player has checked out and later regretted it as they missed the magical fourth quarter comeback. We saw that just a couple weeks ago in the All-Star games where I forget which team it was, but they only led once in the game. It was with 6 seconds left, and they wind up winning that one. So never good to tune out of a game too early. As Beardsley going to pick up 13. He's got 59 on just 8 carries.
Yeah, 7.4 yards a carry. That really helps your quarterback out, Mike.
Well, and Dobbins is in that range too, so the running game doing a lot to help set up this passing game. Dobbins getting pressure here, but he gets rid of it, throws in the triple coverage, but he overthrows it maybe intentionally, and we got a flag on the play here. Pass interference on the defense on a ball that was uncatchable. Wow. Are the breaks going Michigan's way now?
Yeah, it's rolling for them right now. I'm going to be honest, Mike, when we did the playbook draft and you guys were releasing each team, when I saw Virginia Tech for Michigan, I'm like, I don't know if that's going to work. I tell you what, it's looking like a pretty smart move for Ike right now.
It's so hard to tell what teams are going to do with playbooks because there's so many different combinations that they can use and so many different defensive combinations. As Dobbins is going to take off there, powering forward, adding 13 to his total. He's got 84 yards on 11 carries, also the 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, and the defense was coming for him. Well, the lineman picked up the blitz at the very last second. Dobbins runs to his left and gets the huge first down.
Jason Jacks says he's going to lose 20,000 channel points because he bet on Florida State. That's not determined yet. Second, he says, can I get back my pride? Well, if indeed you lose 20,000 channel points, I believe if you go outside, take a left, then a right, turn around in a circle, cluck like a chicken 4 times, you might be able to get your pride back.
I thought it was 5 times, Mike.
I could be wrong. I'm just saying. I think that's the process. I do 5 just to be certain. 2nd and 12 here. They're going to hand it off to Beardsley, trying to go to the outside. Got a little bit of an angle inside the 20, out of bounds at the 16. Beardsley picking up 16 for the first down.
Well, I think we're going to see Michigan with 2 different players at 100 yards rushing when this is all said and done.
We might get both the quarterback and the running back with 100 yards on top of a 300 or 400-yard passing game, the way they've been executing on offense. This is their 7th trip inside the red zone. They've scored on the previous 6. Can they make it 7 for 7? Hand off to Beardsley, straight up the middle. Breaking tackles down to the 2. Barry Beardsley, 1st and goal.
I think Beardsley was kind of overlooked, and it's not that he should have been overlooked, but you think about Carr and Dobbins and the name that they carry in Martell, Beardsley is doing a fantastic job with this offense.
Beardsley handoff going to the outside. Maverick Rivers there to drop him for a loss of 2.
Someone asked if Barry's offensive player of the week candidate. I don't think he can be as long as Dobbins is doing what he's doing in this game right now. I think Dobbins definitely carries it over here.
Rivers with his 2nd tackle. Yeah, I agree with you. Kind of hard to take it away from Dobbins at this point, but also keep in mind there's 9 more games to go this week. Hand off, Beardsley. Actually, Babineau in carrying that one. He's down just short of the marker. Going to be 3rd and goal.
Yeah, the line got him right at the goal line. The defensive line, great job there. Let's see if they can hold him 3rd and goal, maybe force a field goal.
Just inches away. They give it to Babineau again, and that's a touchdown for the Wolverines.
Huge play. The Michigan Wolverines, after a huge start in the first half, 8.5-point underdogs, as you mentioned, big lead at halftime, and they come out in the first drive and get another touchdown.
Yeah, who would have thought? 27-point lead now for the Michigan Wolverines. 6:35 to play here in the third quarter, and at this point, all is not lost because we've seen comebacks from this, but only a couple. And so Florida State's really got to get it together, and you got to feel like this Florida State team, even though it's the first game of the season, they come in number 2. They're looking to rebound. They lost in the second round of the playoffs last year. They didn't get that back-to-back championships. They want to win 2 in 3 years. Tom wants to be up there on the level with Wookie, and you got to wonder if they're questioning it all right now.
I mean, it's early. Look, you have a new quarterback to your system, lots of new players. When you're some of your top weapons are all new transfers, which was a great job by Florida State bringing in the talent. It does take a little bit extra time. I think they're going to be okay, but I look for them to get pretty aggressive in the second half.
Well, I think I will can speak for you, and you can tell me if I'm wrong. Is that one down? He goes sack. Hayden Grant getting through his 5th tackle, first sack. That's going to be a loss of 8. What I was saying, whereas I think you can speak from experience as an AD and as a coach, week 1's the hardest week to prepare for, no matter how much talent you have.
I mean, absolutely. You have no idea. You have no data to support what the other team's going to do. It is a crapshoot.
You just put the best numbers you can find in and hope it works out for you. That pass to Legend. He's going to pick up 19 on the first down, and Florida State still showing fight out there.
Yeah, and look, Ravenhill had some big games in his first 2 seasons in Alabama. He has overcome interception games before. This isn't uncharted territory for him, okay? He can overcome this. Now, do I think that he can lead them back to win the game? It's going to be a tough task. Florida State has to make some plays on offense and defense.
Only the 3rd time in Ravenhill's career that he has thrown 4 interceptions, as that one out of bounds. He's lost both of those games, but they were a 5-point game to Florida and a 10-point game to Kentucky. So his previous games, they've been close. Can he get them back in contention or maybe pull off a win? We'll have to wait and see. Pressure coming, shakes it off, gets rid of the pass. Oh, and that one is almost intercepted. Damon Ike almost got his hands on another one.
Yeah, I mean, if there was replay, I think that's highly contestable, possibly interception. Ravenhill's lucky.
3rd and 10 now. They're just going to hand this one off, trying to go up the middle. Did not surprise Michigan. They were ready for it. That's going to be a 1-yard loss by De La Roca. Scally in on the tackle, and Florida State's going to have to punt it away, trailing by 27.
Look, Mike, when you say what does Florida State need to do to get out of this, everything that they don't need to do just happened on this drive. They've got to get their offense forward.
Well, I mean, I think that what you're saying is right. That drives kind of a microcosm of what's going on in this game. Pressure from the Michigan defense, forcing passes into the hands of the Michigan defense, and an ineffective running game. Those 3 things are really what have come back to bite Florida State so far in this game.
Yeah, it absolutely has. And, you know, the fact that I believe it's like 7 or 8 sacks already, I'm going off memory, I don't have it officially in front of me, but this Michigan defense has been hungry. They dialed up the blitz, and they're having a lot of success with it.
Michigan's having a lot of success with pretty much everything that they're doing in this game. They are going to start this drive at the 34-yard line. Again, they're up by 27, 5:28 to play here in the third quarter. Beardsley going to take that one out to the left, and he'll pick up 3.
Yeah, he's approaching 100 yards. He's at 91. He'd be the first back of the season to hit that 100-yard mark. He's trying to make a name for himself.
Well, everybody's trying to make a name for themselves in this league. And Beardsley, no different. Under center is Dobbins. Going to hand it off to Beardsley, trying to go up the middle. And he'll pick up 8 more. Just for reference, if you're talking about Ryan Ravenhill, we talked about a little bit struggling in this game. That 4 interception game was against Florida last season. and they lost the game 30-35. And then Alabama went on to win 7 games in a row after that. So even if Florida State goes on to lose this one, Ravenhill has shown that he can bounce back after that. We'll see if that is, in fact, what happens is that pass completed to Begley. He's got 7 catches now, and that's the first down.
Yeah, and the distribution by Dobbins is pretty impressive to me. Everyone's getting the ball. He's beating Carr. Everyone right now has something to show for it.
Read option here. Dobbins breaking a tackle, and then he goes down there, tackled by J.C. Newton, but he'll pick up 4. His 13th carry, and he's 14 away from 100.
Mike, it's plays like that do not make me miss being a linebacker.
Yeah, these quarterbacks these days are built bigger than some of the linebackers. There's a handoff, and Beardsley running. Oh, that's Babineau this time getting the carry. His fourth carry of the game. He picks up 8 and a first down.
Yeah, he's only got 11 yards, but he does have the touchdown.
Well, and you got to wonder, playing linebacker and backing up at running back, is that going to come back to bite him in the stamina department late in games? Beardsley back in there, gets the handoff, and he'll grab 2.
At 99 yards. Yeah, stamina is definitely an issue, and something to watch for, especially if Florida State can get that offense going and keep the defense on the field for a minute.
Well, I'm sure you remember this. Infamously, Frost Carlson, the Player of the Year linebacker from many years ago, playing on this Florida State team, coming in and playing backup running back. And I remember seeing him standing in the huddle or standing in the backfield just sucking air because he was so tired. And that just put it on everybody's memory. And so now that's a balance that teams have to adjust. You want to recruit a running back to be the backup, or do you want to try to play a player who has that ability there and risk stamina? Michigan choosing the latter, Scally choosing to catch that one to pick up a first down.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why depth is so important, Mike. Having enough players in the key spots to allow everyone to be at full stamina and not have to take away.
That's right. 14R Davis. It was Kuma Tulok. Frost Carlson was his player before. Kuma Tulok was the one that was doing that. You're right. As that pass goes the Carr over the middle, comes up just short of the first down marker, but they're inside the 10 and looking to score again.
I like what Squiddy said. If Dobbins doesn't have a 99 truck and stiff arm, then this is a scam. He is a monster with that stiff arm.
I know not of the ratings, nor would I say if I do, but those are all for your projections in your own mind. 2nd and inches here, and they're going to hand that off to Beardsley. Boy, he gets hit hard by Maverick Rivers, but he spins off and picks up the first. 1st and goal, and Beardsley 100 yards in the first game of the season.
Congratulations to Beardsley as a running back. That's what you want to get. That's kind of the mark you have. So congratulations, and he's help carrying the team.
I formed 2 tight ends, and they're going to hand that one off to Beardsley. He's going to go for a loss of 1, and he's back to 99.
I'll have to take the congratulations back.
Well, Maverick Rivers getting in there with his 10th tackle, the one guy on Florida State that you can say has been dialed in all night. Picks up his 10th tackle, 2nd for a loss. Going to be 2nd and goal here as they're outside of the 5. Pistol formation. Going to give it to Babineau, and he is up the middle trying for his 2nd touchdown of the night, but going to come up just short. Going to be 3rd and inches.
I didn't see who it was, but stood him up at the very last second and knocked him sideways. It looked like Babineau was fixing to fall forward in the end zone, but great job by the defense.
Spread here, 4 wide receivers. They give it to Babineau up the middle, his 2nd touchdown, and another one on the board for the Wolverines.
An interesting stat, he has 2 touchdown rushes, and between the 2, it's 0 yards, Mike.
That's an interesting stat for sure. Yeah, he's got less than probably 6 inches on those 2 carries, so that's definitely less than a yard. 48-14, Michigan rolling our preseason number 2 team with 1:56 to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Well, if anyone had any questions about Ike's ability to game plan and prepare his team, take notes. He looks pretty well educated and prepared.
Look at that stat summary. 28 first downs to 10 for Florida State. You know, I'm just going to put it out there because I know it's going to be said. Even if I don't, people are going to question, was all of the success at Florida State because of Ike now? Now Grin goes on the defensive and has to prove himself that he can win without Ike. Who would have thought that was going to be a storyline coming out of the first game of the season?
Now, that's a very interesting twist on it there, Mike. Something I did not think about. In the stats, I was interested in the 68-36 on plays. The fact that Michigan has kept themselves on the field so long really wore down the Florida State defense. and executed almost every single snap.
It's been almost perfection. I can't say enough good things about the way this Michigan team is playing. Pass to the left there. Pablo Thompson going to pick up 10. Gets ridden out just short of the first down marker. He's got 5 catches for 59 yards. Ravenhill 264 through the air so far. He'll drop back, 7-step drop, goes over the middle. Short little pass out to Legend. He'll pick up the first. He picks up 11 before he's brought down. Damon Ike on the tackle.
Yeah, great play right there. Ravenhill's starting to get a little bit comfortable now, approaching 300 yards. He just has to try to keep his composure and not freak out because of that number of interceptions.
Taking a shot deep for the end zone, got to step it under, throws it, and it's picked off for the 5th time tonight. What a play in the back of the end zone. Charlie Pickett coming down with one, and Ravenhill has just matched his career high with his 5th interception of the game.
What a play, Mike. And to be able to keep his feet in bounds after intercepting that was just as athletic as catching.
And we see Dobbins out there sliding, picking up 3. Where you were on this team with Ravenhill the last 2 seasons, you've seen him struggle at times. Tell us about what he's going to do going forward to make sure this doesn't happen again this season for Florida State.
I mean, you mentioned it. He knows how to take care of business. We went on to win 7 games in a row after a rough game. He carried us all the way to the Pitt championship. He knows how to overcome and adapt. Unfortunately, when you've got a strong arm like Ravenhill does, you have games like this. But I think he's going to be just fine. I think they're going to get Elder a little bit more involved and get the running game going.
Play fake here for Dobbins, going to the right. More catches. That one complete to Xander Martell. Picks up 16. Gets hit hard out there by Rick Davis, but he holds on to it. And Dobbins up to 312 yards passing.
Well, Martell's only got 4 catches, and he's got laid out on 2 of them. It's kind of interesting. Every time Dobbins goes to him, he's getting hit hard.
1st and 10. Just over 10 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. Michigan looking to add on to a 34-point lead. Not going to do it on this play. Maverick Rivers still playing hard, getting through for his 3rd tackle for loss, 11th tackle overall, and that's likely going to bring us to the end of the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, Maverick Rivers doing a phenomenal job on defense for Florida State, trying to keep them in this, trying to keep the hype going for them, and keep their eyes focused on the prize.
That's going to do it here for the 3rd quarter. You guys put your 4s up in chat. Y'all stay tuned. You're watching the CFSL on PX1 Sports on Twitch. Start of the 4th quarter. Michigan 48, Florida State 14. Do not adjust your TV screens. That is the accurate score. You are not being deceived, although I think we were deceived on what kind of competition we were going to see in this one. I think maybe Florida State overlooked Michigan a little.
I mean, that could be very well what happened. But then again, Tom didn't know if Ike was going to try to come up with his own strategy there's a lot that goes into it. Great job by Michigan preparing.
Well, and I know Ike and Tom were talking leading up to this game, and I laughed. Also, I'm only hearing one side of it, but I laughed with the head games that Ike was playing with Tom, and it seems to have worked. Or maybe things just started going his way. But it was interesting hearing the recap of that of Babineau getting out there in the passing game now, making a catch there and picking up 9.
Yeah, I can only imagine the banter that went amongst them. And what will happen from here? Will Tom talk to Ike for a while?
I'm sure he'll tell him congratulations, good game. He got his number, and he'll be back. And I would expect nothing less. Play fake here. Dobbins looking downfield. Why not try to add to it? 3rd and 3. Going to throw that in the coverage. And that one not able to be brought in by Chris Bryan. He slaps it down. Big difference there. It feels like if that pass is thrown to Michigan, they're picking it off. And now they're going to go for it on 4th and 3, up by 34.
This is an aggressive play. Michigan making a statement.
Dobbins going to throw it over the middle. That one's caught. They got a 1st down. And down inside the 15 goes Charlie Pickett, the quarterback out there playing wide receiver.
Is Wheaties the official sponsor for Michigan or something? Because these are some grown men who are just knocking defenders off. I mean, this is wild to watch.
It is. I mean, we're seeing a linebacker get carries and catches. We're seeing a cornerback get catches. I mean, they're just putting out everything. They're just like, we're playing with house money now. All bets are off. Dobbins still passing. Going to check this one down in the flat. That's Beardsley, and he's going to bring that one out to about the 9, picking up 4.
You know, the way that play first developed, I was like, oh, ain't nothing going to happen. But I'm like, well, that's how it's been all night. They still make something happen.
Yeah, they do. They've been breaking tackles, pushing people backwards, picking up yards. Just been absolute domination by this Wolverines team. Quick little play fake there. That one going over the middle to Javion Tate, and it's going to be 3rd and 1.
Yeah, 3rd and 1, and I'm still shocked they went for it on 4th down. You know they're going to go for a touchdown here all the way and really try to just put the exclamation point on this game.
Well, they got an I-form 2 tight end set in. They're going to give it to the fullback right up the middle. Casey Eichenberg gets the first, and that's going to be 1st and goal for Michigan.
And look, if you're Florida State, I mean, you don't have a clue what's coming your way next. I mean, the way Michigan has rolled on offense, anybody could get the ball right here.
Dobbins dropping back, looking for more, and he's got it! Touchdown, Tyler Scally, putting a big exclamation on this one to his former team. And Michigan about to be up 55-14 over the Seminoles.
I did not expect to see a 50-plus points by either one of these teams tonight, especially with a possible 41-point difference. I mean, 31 points. Yeah, 41. I don't know. I'm tired.
I don't even know what to say. I'm reading chat. And, people talking about this team is scary. We didn't know what to make of Michigan. Brand new AD going in there. Started a little slow in recruiting also. But, boy, have they turned things around, and do they look impressive here in week 1. Now, I am going to throw out this caveat. We remember last season that Washington looked good, taking down LSU in week 1, did not win a game the rest of the season. So I don't think that's what's in store for Michigan, but like we talked about earlier, it is week 1. Florida State could win the rest of their games. Michigan could go 4-4. We don't know. It is week 1. We don't know what to expect. But, I mean, if you're looking to make a statement, no bigger statement could ever have been made than what Michigan is doing tonight.
Oh, absolutely. And, hey, look, I love seeing what we're seeing. The first game of season 16, and we have some great storylines that have just been fun to watch.
Well, for all of our content writers out there, you guys are getting tons of storylines. As Ware said, that one goes to Pablo Thompson, his 6th grab of the night, as Florida State not giving up, going to keep pushing the ball down the field. They're just fighting for respect right now.
Yeah, they are. And look, it's all about, building the confidence, building the team morale, getting ready for weeks moving forward. But they've got to figure out how to make it work with all the new pieces in place.
Jason Jacks is definitely sad to see those 20,000 channel points go. I hope that wasn't all of them. Oh, that one almost picked off. Andrew Cook getting his hands on that one. New follow alumni. We appreciate it as we're up to 2978, just 22 away from 3,000. 6:34 to play here in the fourth quarter. Ravenhill back to pass, going to check it down into the flat, and that's Tom Hendricks. He'll pick up 5.
Yeah, I strongly believe we're going to hit that 3,000 this season. No questions asked.
Oh, for sure. I'm surprised I guess we usually get about 4 to 6 new follows a game. Sometimes, or for sure a day. So we might get there by the end of the week. It'll be fun to see what we end up at. I remember when we were just at 2,600 followers. I think it was last season. It's nice to see that grow. Pass to the right. That one led a little bit too far. Going to be incomplete. 4th and 5 upcoming. So with this game winding down, we got to look ahead to the next game. We got another big matchup coming up with Kentucky taking on Boise State, number 3 versus number 2. Give me your thoughts on that one coming up, Ike. Is that one goes over the middle and caught by Pablo Thompson as he goes over 100 yards.
Well, CFSL will not be disappointed as 2 powerhouses going together. Kentucky's been a team on the rise over the last couple seasons, really established themselves with the top SEC team with their great recruiting class, the way they finished last season. Boise State looking to bounce back from a rough championship game, but they still made the run into the championship. Both those teams have a lot to prove. Their reputation's on the line. I expect it to be an all-out battle.
I said 3 versus 2. I meant 4 versus 3. Is that one batted away there? Andrew Cook getting his hands on another one. I was really excited about this one. I think mostly we were probably more scared that maybe Ike was overwhelmed in his first game. Turns out not to be the case. Now we got Kentucky and Boise, 2 championship contenders from a season ago. Oh, and that one picked off again. That one off of the hands and picked up off of the ground. Is that one going to stand? I don't know. Hayden Grant coming up with, they're going to call that the 6th interception of the game for this Michigan defense.
I mean, look, there's a statement you want to make in week 1. Dobbins made his. This is not the statement Ravenhill wanted to make.
Well, I don't know if you can blame him on that one. That's going to be a career-high 6 interceptions, but that one was off the hands of the receiver, not really Ravenhill's fault. But the most adversity he's faced in his career, 3rd season in the league. We'll see how he rebounds. Dobbins still throwing, going out to the left. That one's caught. Javion Tate picking up 22.
We've said it once or twice already, Mike. When it's going your way, it's going your way. I mean, we just saw Ravenhill throw off an interception almost off the ground. And then here comes Dobbins getting hit, throwing a crazy throw, and gets a huge first down. Michigan has it right now. They're just rolling.
As was pointed out in chat, the record for interceptions thrown in one game is 7 by Harrison Murray in season 13 against West Virginia. By the way, they won that game. A handoff here to Beardsley. We'll see if Ravenhill gets another shot and if he can avoid tying the record, but he will be on the record book as he is one of just 3 other players to throw 6 interceptions in a game. Under center here for Dobbins. He'll drop back, fires this one over the middle, and that one's caught by Begley. He's having himself a heck of a game, picking up 18.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. He's at 68 yards, does have the touchdown as well. Big-time player, and been really good with his hands. When Dobbins goes to him, he holds on to him.
So 4:50 to play in this one. Florida State down to Michigan down to the 22, trying to add to their 41-point lead over Florida State. Play fake. Oh, boy, they're going to look to pass it again. Dobbins airing it out, going for the end zone. Oh, that one swatted away. Apollo Richardson says, not on my watch. He's got 8 tackles, and he comes up with a big deflection.
Yeah, Florida State's had a couple opportunities, Mike, to be able to get the ball, force a turnover. They just have not capitalized.
Shotgun again here for Dobbins. He's going to go play fake. Boy, they want to rub this one in, don't they? Moving around in the pocket, going back in the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan!
I don't have much more to say, Mike. This is just wild. I never saw this coming. Dobbins is tearing it up. The way this offense is performing, nothing is going wrong. Even when they make some kind of what could be a mistake, Florida State hasn't capitalized. It's been a practice for Michigan out here right now.
Well, we said earlier we thought Tom would just shake his hand, tell him good game, you got me, and turn around and, focus on next week. Now, I think Ike's in danger of getting crossed off the Christmas list.
You could block people on Discord.
Well, that might have already happened. Let's be honest. If Ike doesn't get a response from Tom in a while, he might want to just go ahead and make a mental note. Okay, yeah, he blocked me.
Yeah, this is crazy. But I mean, we all know Tom. Tom's been around a long time. Tom's going to rebound just fine.
Well, Ravenhill's the one we got to worry about now, as he's got 6 interceptions in this game. We already know Jathan. He's kind of hit or miss. Like, he gets busy sometimes and he's not around as much. And I wonder with a game like this, is he can get his head a little bit and get down on himself. Although with a guy like Tom at the helm, I'm sure if anybody can turn him around and keep him focused, much like y'all did at Florida State or at Alabama last season, I'm sure this season at Florida State they'll be able to right the ship with him as well. But boy, tough way to start the season. 3rd and 10 now, and Ravenhill's going to drop back to pass. This one going to the right, got a wide open receiver. That's Thompson out to the 40. He'll add 31 more to his total as he's up to 139 in this game.
Yeah, I mean, that was a nice play. And look, Ravenhill needs these kind of plays right now. He needs that confidence. So, I mean, Michigan better be careful because Ravenhill will go over the top and get the receiver downfield.
Oh, boy. Dobbins rubbing it in already. I feel, hey, it's 1 week. Pass to the right. And CB Toro picking up 17 with 4 minutes to go. Florida State just trying to get some positive momentum going in this one.
There's some statements that don't pass the time too well. They don't live too well in the era. And Dobbins better hope that Michigan can keep going. Otherwise, that might be a receipt brought back out.
Again, it's the first game of the season, and Michigan could definitely not look this good going forward, but it's hard to see how they don't, as they have played phenomenal. Oh, and a fumble there. Thompson coughs it up, but fortunately, the sideline out there and prevented that from being the 7th turnover of the game.
Yeah, that would have been bad. But, look, Tom, this is the best offensive drive that Florida State's had in the whole second half. They're in a position they can get some points here. They need to just take care of the ball. It's things like that, losing the ball out of bounds, that could really hurt a team.
Empty backfield here, dropping back, throwing to the left, and Legend right at the 4, stepping out of bounds, picking up his 5th grab. It's going to be first and goal. Here coming up for the Seminoles.
It's crazy. Ravenhill approaching 400 yards passing. You look at all the numbers except for touchdown to interception ratio, don't look that bad. He's still got quite a few yards.
Only the 2nd attempt inside the red zone for Florida State tonight. They turned it over the first time. What are they going to do here? Definitely don't want to see a turnover if you're a Florida State or a Ryan Ravenhill fan. That one hit and knocked loose, incomplete.
What a hit. I thought that was a touchdown all day long. Defense did a great job.
They're going to go under center here, I form. Haven't seen that much. And that one, handoff, and De La Roca into the end zone. Touchdown, Seminoles. And even though they're not going to come back and win this game, they're going to continue to fight, and they're going to continue to make their fans proud, knowing that they will never give up. They knocked that one in, and they're going to cut this lead back to 41.
Yeah, that's a great job. When you get down like this, sometimes you get, like you mentioned, it can get in your head. The players can start to give up. It gets ugly, but great fight by Florida State to go downfield and get a touchdown.
Well, we're going to go with the onside kick here. I don't agree with this one. You're down by 41. You can't come back. Just kick it deep, play defense, get the game over with. But now they're going to set Michigan up for a spot where they could get a touchdown and go for 2 and put up 70, which might not only take Ike off the Christmas list, it might actually see Tom on the bus to Michigan to have a confrontation with Ike. Yeah. Actually, he'd only have to go to Houston, but still, you get my point.
Interesting. Michigan is 3-0 all time in these games. Florida State's never beat Michigan. I really thought that trend was going to change this week, but Ike carrying on the tradition.
That is an interesting stat. I didn't even see that. My fault. Didn't get a chance to look at the game notes, trying to get everything ready for tonight, and excellent catch there. Still, Michigan undefeated against Florida State. What a stat that is. Got a pro-style set here as they're starting to run down the clock. That one go to Beardsley. Boy, he takes a big hit from Maverick Rivers. Only going to pick up 1 as he's got 21 for 125. Now Rivers is 13th tackle.
Yeah, Rivers, you got to love the heart what he's done for this defense this entire game. Unfortunately, it's in a losing effort, but nonetheless, been very physical.
3rd and 6 now. Shotgun formation, 3 wide receivers. Tight end sitting offset on the right behind the right tackle. Running back, I think that's Beardsley, but I'm not sure. I can't see his number. Either way, he's to the left of Dobbins. Dobbins standing at the 41. Gets the snap. He's going to try to throw it. Going to the right, little out route caught by Carr. He picks up 12, and Michigan moves the chains.
And really, Carr's got 8 receptions, but it's been a quiet 8 receptions because it's the way Dobbins has spread the ball out. That 133 yards is impressive, but it's been quiet.
90th play of the game for Michigan, and it's a handoff to Beardsley. Picks up 3. Joe Fresh, middle linebacker, understands playing the position, saying that Rivers out there sending a message to the rest of his team, and I agree with that sentiment for sure. 2nd and 7 here, I form. Twins to the left. Are they going to add to it? Babineau gets the handoff there. He's got a first down to the 11, and Michigan's not done.
Yeah, and Babineau is trying to get his 3rd rushing touchdown of the game.
10th trip inside the red zone for Michigan. Although they only got 40 seconds left, they look like they're trying to kill the clock but also score at the same time. I can't figure out what's going on. Beardsley getting the handoff, nothing doing there. Harry Barnes going to set him down, and I think that might bring us to the end of this one. Remember, stick around at 9 o'clock. Number 4, Kentucky taking on number 3, Boise State rematch of the playoff game from last season. You guys don't want to miss that one, as we have reached the end of this one. Michigan 62-21 over Florida State. Nobody saw that one coming except for Dobbins, I guess. Any final thoughts?
It's been a joy being part of the first game of season 16. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Hats off to Michigan for their great game planning. Florida State, keep your head up. You're going to be just fine. I got faith.
Well, that's going to do it here from Atlanta. Big win by Michigan, 62-21, firmly making a statement for where they should be ranked the rest of the season, and for everybody who to watch out for. Big game there. Now we get to see Kentucky and Boise. Is one of those teams going to make that statement, or is it going to be another knockdown, drag-out battle between those two teams that most people think are going to be in the championship race at the end of the season? For my color commentator, David Ware, I'm your play-by-play host, Mike Peters. We hope you enjoyed this presentation of the Collegiate Football Simulation League. We'll be back at 9 o'clock for Kentucky and Boise. You guys have a good one.